Okay, thank you so much, Gob Lindon, our EMG chair for District 3850. Okay, I can see that DG and Caroline Kai Kai is coming in. Gob, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Uh,
So we have to skip your invocation.
You
that
took over.
that
Yeah, hello.
si Gob Marilu took
May
over.
Oh,
utangan.
But
sorry
May
ha.
utangan
I
din ako.
that means Gob Kai Kai, sa September, ikaw pa ulit ang invocation
okay.
para we can use your
Ayan.
invocation.
Ayan.
So sorry ha. My previous meeting took longer than expected.
It's all right. It's all right, Gob. Anyway, again, it gives me pleasure not just to officially start this meeting, but to welcome everybody to our second service meeting, and that will be for the month of August 2022. If you notice, there are some who could not make it. I guess it's because of the change in weather, and some of our chairs are not feeling well, and even our past EMG agent, I just spoke to him. He's also not feeling well. He promised to join us today and to participate in the panel discussion, but I observe his voice. It's really medyo ano siya, medyo hoarse ang voice niya. So that means he's really not feeling well. Anyway, today is going to be a short meeting, and I guess this in my 3 years as RRFC, I have observed that during the month of August, it's really not that fast moving. I mean, perhaps this has a relationship with the month of August, with being the month of the dead, Gob Lindon. And most of our Rotarians do not like to do or do this exercise of wala si Ebet, Ebet should be here. Yeah. And Edna Suter also confirmed she's joining us, but wala pala yung dalawa. So kasi na ko yung Chinese si Ebet has been telling me also pag August ang tawag sa negosyo matumal, 'di ba? So sa TRF matumal din for the month of August. Probably that's the explanation. But it
June,
was
ghost month kasi siya. So there's
ghost month. I think there's a
lunar calendar is 1 year, 1 month later than the commercial calendar. So as si Gob Lindon, he knows, si Gob Ebet din siguro, lahat ng practices ng Chinese, if you wanna buy something or we reserve prior to ghost month or babayaran namin, pero while waiting for the reservation, example if it's a vehicle, dun na ipa-release after ghost month. So walang kasalan sa ghost month, walang bibili ng bahay, walang magpapagawa ng bahay or major repairs that this is at this tradition then, this custom nakokopya na rin ng Filipinos. Madami na naniniwala. So sabi nga there's no harm in believing.
And I observe nga, it is also reflected in the TRF performance for the month of August. Kasi nung RRFC, ang lowest parate August. Well, I think which is true. July has been very good. I mean, the highest so far. For the first month, July, last July really gave Philippines a good spot in the top giving countries. I think we landed number 5 last July. So August, keeping our fingers crossed, we're moving, but not as big as what we had in July. So this afternoon, we'll just go through 2 important reports. I'll handle first yung EMG updates for the month of July, and then we will ask Gretchen to handle the EMG updates for the month of August. So right after, up to the present, July and up to the present. So with that, let us just proceed and enjoy the rest of the service meeting and listen. And later, we will have a panel discussion. and see if we can tackle some of the issues that we have discovered along the way. Alam nyo kasi lahat naman tayo first time dito sa trabaho natin, except for Gretchen, of course. And she's here always to guide us. Okay? So back to you, Gob Lindon.
Thank you. Thank you for that very informative welcome remarks. So to continue, may I request my classmate to do the roll call?
Thank you, Gob Lindon. Of course, we have our beloved EMGA, PDG June Parcon, PDG Lindon CDF, then DGN Caroline Lee Andrade, FDS Gretchen Laurel, Past President Yolanda De Castro, and our ever reliable Past President Jonas.
Andiyan na, Gob Marilu, si Ebet. Ayan, no?
Sino?
Gob Ebet.
Gob Ebet. Okay.
Driving.
Welcome, Gob Ebet.
Driving, sorry po. Driving.
Okay, ano ka lang?
Careful.
Ang tawag doon, video off para wag kang
Okay, okay.
distract.
Careful, careful, go.
Listen ka lang,
thank you.
listen. And congratulations to Gob Ebet for doing a spectacular job as senior aide of RI President-elect Gordon Makinali. It has been a very busy week for the Philippines, most especially senior aide Gob Ebet Olivan. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Gob Lindon. Thank you, Gob Marilu.
Yun na, tapos na ba? Doon pala tayo kakonti. Okay, thank you, classmate Mario, for that very short list. I was waiting that there's more. But anyway, thank you. So we now go to the meat of the meeting, which is EMG updates from our chairman of Zone 10 Alpha, EMG chairman, Assistant Governor June Parcon.
Okay, thank you, Gob Lindon. So let me start the ball rolling. And teka, maganda tong screenshot ko muna yung picture natin. Let me screen share. Okay, may nakikita na kayo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me start. As I have mentioned, yung month of July, more or less this is the final figures for month of July, which normally takes about 10 to 15 days after the end of the month to be consolidated and to capture all the unposted deposits. So this is what we'll do. I'll take care of the previous month's report, which is very easy for me because it is already there in our website. And then I will ask Gretchen to do the updates of the current month. Okay, so later we will hear from Gretchen. So as I've said, we have a good spot in the top 5 total giving for the whole world to. I think if we continue, this is going to be the best performance ever. We're also number 4 in annual fund, and I made an inclusion. We're number 6 in endowment fund worldwide. So not bad for a 1-month performance for Zone 10A. Ngayon, if you want to know the countries ahead of us in these 3 aspects, so sa total giving, ang nasa unahan natin, of course, USA. Practically, they have the biggest number of Rotarians and the biggest number of districts and clubs, followed by Korea, Japan, and India. On annual fund, it's USA, Korea, Japan, and our country. And on endowment, it's USA, Korea, Taiwan, India, Japan, and then Philippines. This is the performance for the month of July. As you can see, the endowment fund, okay, it's very good. We have already 106,457 for one whole month for July. Okay. And this is the performance also for the month of July. But this time I included in the analysis the top 3 districts. I don't know if you will agree with my observation that when we talk of the top 3 districts, one thing I observed is that all of the top 3 districts, they have the most number of major donors and major gifts. Okay, if you can see the screen, okay, in number 3 position among the 10 districts is, okay, bago pala yun, ito muna. We have 11 major gifts, okay? For, again, this is not bad, or this is very good. Kasi ang total major gifts natin for 1 year, on the average ay 60 persons or 60 Rotarians. For 1 month lang, for the month of July, meron na tayong 11. Okay? And yung sinasabi ko nga, for the month of July, yung top 3 districts, they are mostly the districts which have the biggest number of major donors and major gifts. So in top 3 is District 3800. So Gov Marilu, hindi naman tayo napahiya. We're in number 3. Okay? Kasi siyempre, we're very much interested what happened to our district. And we have 4 major donors and 3 major gifts, 1 bequest society, and 25 benefactors. Okay. And then in number 2 spot, again, please share, please comment if you share in my observation na yung number 2, practically, ganun din, no? They have the number of, most number of major gifts at 4, and then major donors nila at 3. And look at the top district for the month of July. Okay? Ang top district natin for the month of July is District 3820. By the way, yung second, andyan kasi si Yoli. Gusto kong malaman ni Yoli. You did very good, Yoli. Your district is number 2. Yeah, number 2.
Thank you.
Kinakabahan nga kami sa iyo eh.
Sana po marami pa.
Sana magtuloy-tuloy, ano?
Opo.
Okay. So, with District 3810 as number 2, ang number 1 natin, 3820. So, nandyan si Gov Ebet nakikinig sa atin. And sa aking analysis, I don't know if this is by coincidence, but I think this is very true. Yung mga top 3 districts natin are those districts na nag-concentrate on major donors and major gifts. Do you agree with me on this? Kasi tingnan mo yung 3820. Ang number of major donors niya, 9. Major gifts niya, 3. Again, yung number of major donors natin, we have 29 for the month of July. On the average, for 1 whole year, ang number of major donors, nasa 120. Pero ngayon, almost 29 na siya for 1 month. So it's more or less triple the number of the regular or usual number of major gifts. So maganda talaga ang month of July. We have 819,403 total giving. Okay, so out of 819,403, by the way, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, na yung na-capture. This report came from Rotary International, and this comes out monthly, and it's called the MMGR and Bequest Society Report. Monthly Major Gifts and Bequest Society Report for Rotary Senior Leaders. Sa District 3800, balikan ko yung slide natin kanina. As you can see, ang nakalagay dito, 3. Virgilio Farcon, Marcos Hermoso, and Sherry Lu Ong Kosi King, who happens to be the daughter of Gov Marilu. Okay, si Sherry Lu. So 3 yan. Balikan natin itong slide kanina. Okay, sa 3800, tama, 3. Diba? 3 yung major gifts natin. And then, balikan natin ulit. But, ang Gretchen, look at ang nakalagay sa akin dito, bequest.
Yes.
Bequest will, 25,000. Wala yung, wala pa yung endowment fund. Ano? Yung pledge.
Wala pa.
Wala pa,
So,
hindi pa na-capture?
Wala pa. So for this report, even the pledges are also included. Pero
Okay.
halimbawa, parang in the case of Gerardo Pernes, his pledge is $10,000, but the actual amount that we received for this Rotary year is 3,333. So it's not
Oh.
considered as a major gift, but it comes out in the MMGR report because yun, the MMGR
Pledge.
report, yes, counts the pledge, counts commitments, more than $5,000 actually itong report na to.
More than 5,000
Yes.
na major gifts report.
Yes. Or
Okay.
nare-receive nyo rin ba, Gov, yung 5K plus up? Hindi na.
Hindi pa, wala pa ako na-receive.
Meron kayong dalawang mare-receive, MMGR and then 5K plus up. So yun. But this
Okay.
particular report counted talaga even commitments and pledges.
Kita mo, again, ang susunod 3810. Dito sa report, dalawa lang, ano? Governor Joyce Ambray and President Herminio Esguerra. Pero ang amount 100,000.
Yes.
Again, if you go back to our analysis using the district fundraising analysis, ang 3810, ang major gifts niya 4. Okay? So does it mean itong 4 na to, di ba yung isa si Winston Chu 15,000, that's one. And then yung tatlo, ito bang tatlo galing kay Joyce?
Yes. Galing sa kanila. Yung nangyari kasi sa kanila is dalawa yung gifts counted as polio. So
polio
they
25. Yeah.
Yes, actually
and
ginawa
then
nilang
endowment.
yes, and directed gift. So
So tatlo.
So tatlo. Yun.
Teka. How about yung gift naman ni Gob Maeng Mercado?
Wala pa siya dyan.
Wala pa siya dyan. So hindi pa siya na-capture. So madadagdagan pa.
Yes.
Okay.
Kasi
So that explains it.
Yes.
Okay, so dito rin sa report na to, ang 3820 tatlo. Si AKS Boy Mercado, Gerardo, and then Solano, Floreto. Pero do sa district fundraising analysis, okay, tatlo rin pala. Tatlo rin yung na-capture. And then we have one for 3860. Ito yung sinasabi ko, Gretch. Si Hector is a pledge for endowment fund, tama?
Yes.
And na-capture na yung as a major gift din siya.
Yes.
So does it mean na yung aking endowment fund will also be reflected later?
Yes.
Okay, later. Okay,
yes.
Good. So good. Thank you for the clarification. Okay?
Ano talaga yung report na yan?
So out of 819,403 na total giving for the month of July. So ito palang major gifts natin, 11. We have 31.5%, which is yung last 3 years natin, ang average is 32%. So we're doing good on major gifts. Sa endowment fund naman, we have 5. Ang value niya is 91,000. Kinount ko lang yung actual outright gifts. Hindi ko sinama yung balance ng mga pledge. So out of 819, it accounts for 11.1% of the total giving. Tapos, ito yung mga endowment funds, 5, reflected in the records. So 3,800, dalawa. That includes me and Rotary Club of Metro Valenzuela. Sa 3810, dalawa. So I understand, marami pa itong 3810, Yoli. Marami pang maraming susunod. Okay.
Sana.
Sana. And 3860 3860 is our endowment fund champion for the last 2 years. Okay? Kasi yung kanilang really performance on the total basis for the last 2 years, talagang talagang sila yung nagko-concentrate on endowment fund. So, ano pa lang to, DGN, Kai, panimula. Ayan. I'm sure the others are still warming up. Okay, so on Arts Club Society, we have two from 3810, President Hermie and DG Joyce. And from 3820, si Past President Boy Mercado or Amba and spouse Isis Mercado. So again, itong Arts Club, we're still working on some others. And I hope, kung di man August, sa September, ma-finalize yung iba. And then Bequest Society, we have two from me. By the way, I'm so amazed with the regalia. In fact, I'm wearing now the Bequest Society pin. I don't know if you can see it. Ang ganda ng pin niya. Mas maganda pa nga sa major donor pin eh. So I really encourage all of you to join us on the Bequest Society. And then 3860 also, we have DRFC past President Stephen Chian. We already submitted yung kay past EMGA Jess Nicdao. So I hope it will come out soon. And then for others, there's still marami na nag-commit. But yung forms hindi pa naisasubmit. So I guess that's the end of my EMG updates for the month of July. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, EMG there, for that very informative data that we have. Hopefully, we get more encouraged to also from other districts. And for our next speaker, we have our FDS Gretchen to give us an update for the month of August.
Thank you. Okay, let me just quickly share my screen. All right, can you see my screen already? Okay.
Yep.
So as mentioned, I will give the updates for the month of August. This was already mentioned. We have two Arch Club Society members so far for this Rotary year. But we are currently actively working on leads from the following districts: District 3810, District 3830, District 3820, and District 3860. So when I say we are actively working on those leads, paperwork is already in progress, and commitments, both verbal and in writing, have already been made. So please watch out for that.
Plus 4 yan, Gretchen, plus 4.
At least.
Okay, wow.
At least.
Very good. Oh.
At least for this, at least.
Kasi idadagdag mo dyan 3,800.
Yes, yun pala.
Kaso wala pang paperwork. Puro puro verbal.
Okay, for our named endowed funds, as previously mentioned by EMGA June, we already have 5, and I'm sharing the picture of the Rotary Fund of Metro Valenzuela Endowment Fund from District 3800. Ito yung ceremonial when they endorse the check. But we are currently working on 3 more named endowed funds from District 3860, District 3810, and District 3820. So, yun.
So, plus 3 ulit. Plus 3. So, 5
ulit.
plus 3. Okay.
Yes. And then for directed gifts, we have finalized 1. And we are again actively working on 3 directed gifts under the WASH area of focus. So very good news for GovEvet. These are from the districts 3820, 3860, and 3810. Sorry,
Wow.
3830. So at least 3 more for this particular fund. Now, in terms of major gifts, we have added 2 for the month of August. This is from Wilson Santillan Tew at $15,000 from District 3810, and Floreto Iglesias Solano at $10,000 from District 3820. New major donors. Correct yung observation na medyo nag-slow down tayo. From 29 major donors for the month of July, we have so far 3 major donors for the month of August. These are major donor level 3, PP Sherry Luco Siking from District 3800, and 2 new major donor level 1s, Mario De La Fuente from District 3770 and Jerry T. Ang from District 3800. So, but in total, we have 32 new major
32.
donors.
So,
for
29 plus 3.
Yes, so far for the month of August.
Magaling talaga yung July talaga, spectacular.
Yes, yes. And then for Bequest Society, finally, we already have 3, and we have added 1 for the month of August. This is PDG Jesnick Lau. So I always want to highlight this dahil tatlo yung Bequest Society level 2 commitments natin. That is a total of $75,000 in terms of commitments, which is actually a major thing. So again, reiterating the call of our EMGA June to please make a commitment for the Bequest Society. Okay, one last item that I want to highlight. I have been receiving questions about people who have set up their endowment funds and that these are not seen in the DDF share reports of their districts. Now, I clarified this with our IT, and they said that only individual endowed funds are reflected in the DDF reports. The report that actually captures all of the endowed funds, meaning those that have been set up as a pool and those that have been set up as an individual, can be captured by a report called, the Endowed Fund Update Report. As an example, this is the Endowed Fund Update Report from District 3810. So for this one, we are featuring five endowment funds from 3810, but this only reflects endowed funds created before December 2020. The funds that have been created from January 2020 until December 2021 will reflect by October. Yon. Kasi tinatanong ako, how do we find out yung earnings, lalo na nung pooled endowed funds? When we say pooled, ito yung mga endowment funds that have been set up by multiple people. So yon. So if you encounter questions about this one, please refer your DRFCs, your district governors, or you yourselves to a report called Endowed Fund Update. Yon. Nandun siya. Now,
Gretch,
yes.
may I butt in? Yung isa sa nagko-question parate, si Governor Lisa Elorde.
Yes, siya nga.
On champion year.
Yes.
Champion year.
Yes.
Bakit daw wala yung kanila and kailan daw mare-reflect yung spendable earnings?
Okay.
Ito, may nakalagay dito, Rotary International District 3810 Endowment Fund. Iba ba yun?
Yes po. Iba yun. So I actually nagtatanong rin kasi si Gov. Lisa. Sila kasi she was asking because she said that it was set up right about the same time as kila Gov. Odi. Now, I checked back, yung kanila ay dahil nagkaanuhan yung forms, their endowed fund was actually set up later than December. Kaya wala pa siya dito.
Okay.
So, parang yung nangyari was while they have deposited the payment, they did not endorse the paperwork together with the payment. Therefore, yung nangyari was na-delay rin yung posting ng endowment fund nila. But definitely, the earnings of their endowment fund will be posted dun sa next cycle of this report, which we expect by October. So,
October.
Yes, October pa.
Okay. Nandiyan ka na rin lang. So another,
Sure.
Alimbawa, etong kay Daniel and Cynthia Yu, Endowed Fund, ang nakalagay sa kanya, World Fund. So hindi siya share, no? World Fund. Tapos, pero yung kay OD and Maha Tariela Endowment Fund, which is share, di ba? Wala naman siya sa taas.
Okay. Yung nangyari dito is that itong mga to ay nasa ano na siya. Ito yung, remember we made a distinction between endowed funds that were created by 1994, 1995. Yun yung cut-off ata natin. So iba yung policy by then, and then iba yung policy post 1994, 1995. So if you will notice, all of the two endowed funds that are Francisco Delgado and Daniel T were actually set up way before.
Way before.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, these two funds were set up 1980s. Isa 1980, yung isa 1991 ata or 1990. So iba pa yung policy din. And then kaya siya naka-separate siya. So
Separate.
yes.
So does it mean na yung mga earlier or the later endowment fund share, hindi siya mapupunta dito sa ibabaw, kundi yung earnings na lang ang makikita natin.
Yes.
Earnings lang. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, continue. Okay.
However, those who have, let's say yung kay GovOD, his setup his fund was set up as an individual fund, as a named endowed fund. So siya ay makakatanggap ng report about na merong gift value and merong market value because his endowment fund was set up as a named individual fund. Yung hindi makakatanggap ng reports are the pooled endowed funds. Tinatanong, I know the next question will be bakit? Kina-question rin namin na parang why do we have to always make a distinction between individual funds and pooled funds? But currently, that is the policy na yung nakakatanggap lang ng report is those who have endowment funds that have been set up by an individual or by a couple. Yun.
Okay, when you say makakatanggap ng report, anong klaseng report naman?
Ito. Wait, I think I already, okay. Sorry, you will see my email. Ayan, kakasend ko lang. Sinend ko to kay, sorry Gov Evet. Sinend ko to sa kanya. Wait lang. CV. Okay. Dala. Aspect. Okay, I will boot up that report, but that is actually, wait. Ito, Sample Endowment Fund Summary Report. Okay, this is essentially how it looks like. Yung nakakatanggap lang nito are those who have set up their own named endowed funds as an individual or as a couple. Yan. So this is that. So medyo mas customized siya in terms of meron siyang ganyan. But endowed funds that have been set up by as a pool or by multiple individuals do not receive this report.
So ito sample report.
Yes, sample report to.
Kasi Joe and Jane Rotarian so wala naman sigurong ganong sample lang. Okay.
Wala. Yun. So that's the so again, just to highlight, please lead your DGs or DRFCs to the endowed fund summary report so that earnings from pooled endowed funds, so that they can also see the earnings of the pooled endowed funds. And it is very critical when the endowed funds have been set up. Yung cutoff talaga natin is December of a particular Rotary year. Now, nag-earn naman na siya. The thing is, it doesn't get reflected on the reports dahil dun sa cut-off ng December na yon. So while the earnings it's already being invested, obviously, but the earnings are not yet seen in the reports up until yun nga, yung next cycle na yun. So, yun. That's it.
Okay.
There. Thank you.
Questions? Okay.
Dami kong
Thank you, Gretchen, for that very informative report. And the panel now is open for questions. Anyone who wants to start the ball rolling? Oh, wala? Okay, so baka pwede ako na lang.
Ikaw, may tanong ka, alam ko.
yung sinabit ko sa iyo, Gretchen, yung policy, you said kailangan VUL.
Yes.
Hindi yung so my question is this, di ba, when you sign for bequest form, hindi mo kailangan mag-submit kung saan mo kukunin yung pera sa commitment mo. It doesn't matter if you use that insurance policy to cover for your bequest.
Okay. Yung easy answer dyan will be the brochure, the Bequest Society form brochure holds more water, kumbaga, for the foundation compared to an insurance policy. So in terms of kung ano yung mas bibigyang priority ni foundation, it's the signed brochure form. Now, and it's exactly yun yung it would depend on you on how you wish to fund that. Kasi parang yung the of the foundation is it's either the money is already there or the money is not yet there. So for me, so for the foundation, the more important paperwork is actually the brochure. So with in terms of the insurance policy, yung tatanggapin lang talaga ni foundation ay VUL.
VUL.
But
ano ibig sabihin ng VUL?
Variable Universal Life. At financial advisor kasi ako, Gob. Kaya
yun lang kasi yung nagka-qualify, yung conditions na yun lang yung nagka-qualify as a permanent life insurance policy as defined in the US. So yung natin, yung normal insurance policy without an investment component does not qualify as a permanent policy.
Okay. So I got the point. Although it's a traditional, the one that I showed you is a traditional, but
yes,
has an investment component sa totoo. It
yun
has,
nga.
wala nakita yon na, kasi ang maganda, actually, I found it better than the VUL because the VUL, there's no guarantee how much fund it will generate. That one, it guarantees you that after you pay for 10 years, you have a guaranteed life insurance already. And plus the dividend, whatever it earns. So actually, that's a better option for the Bequest Society than the VUL. Because at first I was working the VUL, it's very complicated kasi walang guarantee. You don't know what will happen of the fund. After 10, 20, if you live so long, hindi mo alam kung anong mangyari sa VUL fund mo. While that one is guaranteed that you will get that amount when you go. So, plus the dividend pa, may dividend. So
baka Goblin doon yung recommendation ko will be for the leads that you have them go through with that particular life insurance policy, but just to fulfill TRF requirements, please have them sign the brochure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand that all we need is the brochure, and
yes,
you can pack it up with that with different kind of fund. So I have 3 people already who plans to sign for the bequest using that policy. So hinold ko muna to have a open discussion with you.
Yes.
So now I understand that it is really the paper, that the bequest brochure that you really sign is more important than what you're going to back it up. So it's okay na yun. Pwede na yun.
Yes.
And I confirm that, Goblin Don, kasi kaming tatlo, si DRF, si Stephen, ako, at saka si Jess, we just signed the brochure.
Correct.
And upon submission, it came out 15 days, recognized na agad, so fast. And in another 15 days, I received already the regalia.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Huh?
It's very fast, actually, 15 days.
Fast. So yeah, from Australia. It's a PedEx package. Mga mabigat siya mga 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds. And it's a beautiful crystal. Ang ano lang, Gretchen, walang artwork. Totoo bang walang artwork? Ano ba yung
Dapat
artwork?
meron. Dapat meron. Kasi na-qualify ka na for level 1 eh.
So level 1, you will receive artwork?
Yes, artwork walang crystal.
Okay. Goblin Don, testingin mo level 1 ka. Tingnan natin kung level 1 kung ano matatanggap.
So the next question ngayon, kung if you start with level 1, can you upgrade it to level 2?
Of course.
Later on, with a different, you just back it up with whatever you want, how you want to back it up.
Yes.
Level 2.
Yes.
So another question is, yung bequest ba na commitment mo, for example, you committed for 25K endowment, it will not upgrade your MD because there's no money received yet, correct?
Yes, correct. But the moment you cash in, the moment that it's converted into cash, then that will be added to your major donor giving. So yeah.
Pag wala na kami,
Knock on wood. Or parang oo.
Pag nasa langit na kami.
Oo.
Gusto mo matanggap yung yung honor mo, i-cash in mo na, sabi ni Gretchen.
Although yun nga, I think I already shared, we have because society member who actually converted his commitment into cash before he passed away. So kanya-kanya talaga. Yeah.
Okay. Along that line, Gretz, I also has been actively pursuing a past district governor from 3860 to do a bequest society. But he's worried about the exchange rate. Sabi niya, Cob, I understand. Okay, today, itong exchange rate natin.
Yeah.
But, we don't know when it will happen.
Correct.
So, halimbawa, just to give an example, knock on wood, it will happen after 15 years. And the exchange rate is quite high already. So, ang worry niya, pwede ba daw na yung kung ano man yung let's say level 1 or level 2 amount, ilagay niya na sa isang bank. Tapos yung earnings nung interest ng deposit mapupunta pa sa kanya. Sabi ko, it doesn't really tama ba ako? It doesn't really matter whether you back it up now or in the future when it happens, your estate will take care of it by settlement. So walang it's really up to you kung anong strategy ang gusto mong gawin. 'Di ba? Tapos nasabi ko na lang, total naman pala. Gusto mo na talagang ibigay kasi magde-deposit ka na sa bangko. Mag-endowment fund ka na lang here while living. Ibig sabihin, it's an outright EF share.
Yeah.
Alam mo, mas gusto niya na, ganun ba? So, that means, I can see the earnings going to my club while I'm living.
Yes.
Na yung honor or yung legacy niya to the club, nakikita niya. Ongoing na.
Yes,
Kasi naisip niya, okay, that's a nice gesture to leave something to Rotary Foundation and the earnings will be credited to my club. Pero sabi niya, paano yan? Mangyayari lang yan pag wala na ako. Pag nasa langit na. So hindi naman daw niya, I mean, he wants to be also na makita in his lifetime. So sabi ko, you have a point there. If you have the money now, you might as well do endowment fund share outright na. Just like others are doing. Talagang nakikita nila na every year may pumupunta doon sa DDF na should be credited to the club niya. So talagang legacy while you're still in this world. And at the same time, tuloy-tuloy lang yun even we're already gone. Tama, Gretz? Ngayon, yung iba naman na would like to do this in another way, Bequest Society, which is also good. Pareho kang mare-recognize.
Ang ano lang talaga, Gov June, is with regard to bequest, kasi we have discussed that last meeting na there is no guarantee that the amount in pesos will cover the exchange rate in the future. No? Hindi naman natin alam. Pwede rin maging doble yun. Baka bumaba yung dollar. Baka yung China.
That's why we don't know.
We don't know. So let me ask the question to Gretchen. What is the obligation of the Rotarian in case the amount of the peso amount becomes smaller because of the exchange rate?
Okay, kaya isa lang ang currency ni Rotary. It's really like the understanding is that we make the commitments in US dollars. So yun lang talaga siya, regardless of fluctuations in exchange rates, regardless of market conditions, we make that commitment in US dollars.
So kung nangyari ang isang Rotarian nagpeso yung ano niya, request niya na amount, and then dumating, nagbago pala yung exchange rate book. So ano mangyari doon? Tatanggalin yung, paano ba yun? How is it done then? Kung hindi kaya ng pamilya na dagdagan pa ano?
Hindi, alam niyo naman si Rotary. Hindi naman, we have never, please don't quote me on this, but we have never stripped anyone of their recognition.
Yeah.
It has never happened na halimbawa sa pledge na someone was not able to fulfill the pledge. We have never stripped anyone of a recognition. So we always work in a system of honor. Yes. Honor and intent, and especially in really large amounts. Kaya I'm always very flexible in terms of, do you want to restructure the pledge? So yun. So kung hindi mo fulfill, then yung next step will be let's talk to see if we can restructure. If it's not possible, then
so bigay din naman yung amount eh. Kasi yung plan kasi na iniisip namin, meron siyang dividend. So I hope it's big enough to cover the fluctuation of the exchange rate. But I don't know. Nobody knows because I don't know. So tapos na yung question ko. Anybody who wants to ask?
Okay. Ako rin, Gretz, meron akong question on bequest. Kasi so far, every time na I include this in the topic assigned to me, meron talagang mga interested. And in fact, I'm worried na yung mga interesado sobrang bata. So I have encountered 2 instances, mother and son. Okay, I'm okay with the mother, a past president who wants to be a bequest society, but the son Rotarian is so young. So parang ano pa lang siya, late 20s. So magte-30 pa lang siya. So is there any
vetting
age that we can we can screen because you're so young and we're not sure na you will stay with Rotary, baka we need we will prefer sana mga 50 years old and above. Walang ganon.
There's no requirement.
So halimbawa we have I have another father and son naman, both past, isang president, it's isang past president, they both would like to become bequest. So again, ang initial without telling them na I'm worried about the age of the son dahil sobrang bata, at saka iniisip ko baka yung, di ba, usually pag bata, pag konting hirap nagre-resign kung makuha na yung recognition, di ba? And it's something valuable also. Nakita ko yung gift So parang are we not supposed to be conscious also na yung bibigyan natin ng opportunity to be recognized as bequest is somebody who will stay with us in Rotary forever, or I mean until talagang for ano siya, until we're gone, ano? Wala ba tayong ganong criteria na screening ganon? Okay.
No official screening, no official vetting to be.
Talagang signature lang
Yes,
on the brochure.
signature lang. Actually, on a different note, I actually processed a major donor pledge for a Rotaractor last Rotary year.
Pero Gretch,
Yes, he was
Oh.
actually the first major donor Rotaractor from our zone. Naka-pledge
Teka,
yun.
ano naman siya? Ano naman ang status niya? May hanap buhay naman, may business.
Yeah, he is actually a seaman.
Oh.
Seaman siya. Yeah, seaman
So dollar
siya.
earner.
Yeah, so
Dollar,
yun.
okay.
Oo,
Gob Jun,
naka-pledge siya sa
Gob Jun.
akin.
Yeah,
Gob
go
Jun.
Marilu.
Ang tingin ko dapat meron ding safeguard. Dapat meron naman.
Siguro, Gob Marilu, eto sa atin na lang as a team, ano? There's no screening being done,
No,
but we have to do our own
diligence.
due diligence.
Yeah.
So we offer this kasi yung recognition immediate at saka ang ganda eh. So we offer this to mga Rotarians natin whom we believe will be just like us, ano.
Tama
Yung
yun.
kaya ako I would like to really concentrate muna on PDGs, mga past presidents na senior Rotarians yan. If I may borrow your term, senior Rotarians na who will be with us no matter what happens, 'di ba? Until the end, Rotarian pa rin siya. So, yun lang naisip ko. But with the clarification of Gretchen, there's no such thing as we have to screen and vet or evaluate yung mga nag-a-apply or yung inopera natin ng let's just have parang internal na lang natin. If we have let's say a parent and a son or a daughter, we go first with the parent. And then parang sasabihin lang natin, testing muna with the mother or the father. Pag nag-work, saka natin yung sa son and daughter. Let's see how it will work. Kasi with this, I think we can have many bequest society members. Siya, very easy. Very easy. I just don't know, Grace, bakit sa ibang bansa, hindi rin siya popular?
Ito yung parang ito yung na-observe namin. Actually, because it's so easy, it's actually also a barrier. Yun yung parang naging reverse effect niya, na parang iniisip tuloy, but it's just a commitment. Why am I? So yun yung nagiging effect niya. Hindi kasi siya parang kagaya ng major donor, like a major donor giving na you actually have to give. So you are compelled to give. So yun siya. And cultural rin. Other cultures, as you know, are very uncomfortable in terms of discussing anything to do with death. So hindi siya viable in some cultures. But in terms of like the bequest society is very, very popular in Europe naman. In the reverse, kasi sa society nila, they want to take care of their affairs, make sure that their affairs are in order. So especially in France, in Italy, in Germany, ang taas ng bequest society uptake. So yun.
Oh, okay. So sa US, mataas din?
Mataas. US and Australia. Rin yan.
Western countries ang tataas.
Sila yung comfortable sila sa ganyang conversation. And sa kanila yung uso is estate. So yung iniiwan nila is really they give a copy of their last will and testament. Yun yung uso sa kanila. So yun.
Sa atin yan, we're not even required na to present the last will and testament.
Oo, not even.
I was prepared. I was talking to Jess last year pa. na I'm willing to draft the last will and testament for Rotarians, hindi naman pala kailangan.
Required. Although
Brochure lang.
ako personally, although personal to, I would actually prefer paperwork to come together with it. If it's in the form of a bequest, a will, or if it's in the form of an insurance policy. That's my personal But again, for TRF policy, enough na talaga yung signed brochure. So,
okay. Sample na kayo, mag-brochure tayo lahat kasi titingnan natin kung ano matatanggap ng level 1. Si Ebet nangako sa akin yan level 2. Si Ebet. Ebet, pirma mo na yung level 2 mo.
Gob, pangako lang pala kahit level 4 Goblin doon.
Hindi, pangako may pirma.
Joke.
Caution lang. Sinasama kasi namin siya dun sa 2025 by 2025.
Alam mo kasi si Gordon McInally, when Ebet introduced him, I was there. Siya, benefactor, bequest society member. Alam mo, gandang pakinggan. Goblin doon. Bequest society member. Kasi we don't normally hear that. Yung when you are being introduced. Yung pala, it's automatic.
Yes.
When you become a bequest society, you are recognized as a benefactor. Automatic. Yes. Without giving anything, automatic benefactor ka na kagad and bequest society member. So when you are being introduced, it gives you, kasi di ba, we start with Paul Harris Fellow, Paul Harris Society, Major Donor, Benefactor, hanggang doon lang tayo eh. Of course, si Gob Marilu, AKS siya, at saka si Ebet. So, pa sila? AKS, yun ang pinaka-last nila. But nobody is being introduced as a bequest society. Napakinggan ko lang siya kay Gordon, RIPE Gordon, a bequest society member.
Diba, to my recollection, ang fund ng Rotary for the future is more on bequest yata, Gretchen, no? We have more money on bequest than the endowment.
Outright, yes. It's about close to 900 million ang commitments and about 600, close to 600 ang outright. So mas malaki talaga yung commitment.
Yes,
and I guess para maano rin tayong Philippines makilala.
For the sake of your discussion, John, I think naman kahit bata naman kung worst case scenario naman, for example, hihinto siya pagiging Rotarian, kung nag-pledge naman siya through policy or I think it's still gonna work, Gretchen, di ba? Andun pa rin yung commitment kung hindi na siya Rotarian.
Yes.
Andun pa rin yung commitment niya if he wants to honor it, kahit hindi na siya Rotarian.
Once submitted, tama ba, Gretchen? Once submitted and processed by TRF, whether you resign or got terminated, the commitment still stands.
Yes.
So ngayon, ang question na lang, in the future, if it happens, di ba, when the commitment becomes payable or callable, what will TRF do kung yung heirs will not agree or honor?
Yan lang.
So, yun na lang question, So, talaga it's this is a matter for men and women of integrity and honor.
So, Rotarians are supposed to be men of honor and integrity, di ba?
Anyway, sige. Okay, so meron pa ba kayong question?
Kung wala na, our EMGA will give his his closing remarks.
Okay, maaga tayo. Okay, okay, we can do this. Okay, again, thank you for the reports and the participation during the panel discussion. And hopefully in the next EMG service meeting natin for the month of September, we will have more updates and we will also have more attendees. Nagkataon maraming may mga conflict. And let's see how this will work for the month of August until the end of the month. And let's also pray na it will work better for the month of September. Okay, so with that, I would like to end our EMG service, EMG team service meeting for the month of August.
Once again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. See
I'd
you
like-
Gov June.
again.
Gov June, ever reliable Gov June.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'd like to
Ay,
thank your tech support. Past president na ba si Jonas? Or
Yeah, Jonas is my president.
okay, thank you.
Global
Thank you
global
for that.
president siya.
I have a quick question lang for Gretchen, no? Kasi
Sure.
tiningnan ko yung
Okay,
record
go.
ng district namin. Ang
Okay.
dami ko pang hahabulin. Last year,
Oh.
naka 25 kami na major donor, naka 17 na major gifts. Tiningnan ko yung report as of June 30.
Yeah.
So Gretchen, just to clarify again, if major gift is 10,000, no? Is that subject to the 3-year option of giving or not?
Yung
No.
pledge.
Yung major gift, that's one time talaga 10,000.
Yes,
To be counted.
To be counted there. Yes.
So
Okay.
one time hindi siya pwedeng. Okay. So for major donor, let's say the Rotarian has $4,000 in his name already or 5,000. So kailangan one time na 5,000 to make it 10. So hindi rin siya.
Hindi naman. Basta umabot na
Ito
siya
yung pwede.
Yes. Basta
So for the major donor, I'd say the balance amount for him or her to hit $10,000, yun yung pwedeng staggered over 3 years.
Okay. Ito yung major donor, you reach major donor level 1 when your entire giving is $10,000.
Yes.
So
10,000.
it doesn't matter kung ano yung increments that you give. The moment you hit $10,000, you will be reflected in the report. Now,
Okay.
in terms of a pledge option is only available for gifts $10,000 and up. So kung
Okay,
halimbawa, your giving is $4,000, so 6,000 na lang to reach major donor 1. I cannot draft a pledge for $6,000. It has to be $10,000.
10,000. Okay.
Yes. So your total
Kasi-
giving will be $14,000.
Okay. But the 10,000 pledge can be processed for 3 years.
Yes, at least.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify because there are mga prospects na I am talking to. So baka mamaya mali yung conditions na discuss ko.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, sundan ko lang ulit, Gretz. I know that major gifts is $10,000 and above, di ba?
Yes.
But merong report yung kanina, yung monthly major gifts report. Bakit nasama yung mga pledge doon? Dapat wala, di ba?
Okay, yung that report kasi counts commitments.
Counts commitment.
Yes,
So
it
pag
counts
commitment,
commitments.
so lahat ng $10,000 and above na commitment,
Yes.
counted siya sa report
Yes.
na yon.
Yes.
Pero hindi siya reflected doon sa actual
Hindi.
na DFRA natin, district
Hindi.
fundraising. Hindi siya lalabas. Okay.
Hindi.
Okay. So tama yung kay Kai.
Yes.
Na talagang it has to be $10,000 to be counted
one
as
time.
one major gift or yung level up para sa major donors naman.
Yes.
To level 1, maski magkano ang balance mo, maski $100 na lang kulang mo, with $100, major donor pa rin yun. 1. Or kung halimbawa, mag-pledge ka na to become major donor level 2 with $15,000. O ito, Gretz, 10,000 ka na. Gusto mo mag-level 2, so kulang ka 15.
Yes.
Nag-pledge ka ngayon in 3 years, 5,000 per year. Pagbigay ko ba ng 5,000, makakount ako as major donor?
Yes. Major donor level 2.
Okay.
2 condition. Kailangan ko ng signed paperwork and the first installment payment. So
Okay.
the moment you fulfill that, you can be counted dun sa next major donor level.
Level 2 na ako. So, doon sa tabulation natin, counted siya as major donor, but will I be counted or will that
As a
exam
major
for
gift?
major gift? Hindi.
Hindi.
Kasi
Hindi.
ang major gift is 10,000 talaga.
10,000.
Yes. Na cash giving. Yeah.
Cash giving. Okay.
Right,
Okay,
that's right.
so talagang blessed, super blessed sa mga hinahanap natin na
Oo.
10,000 and above.
Meron pa nga, sorry na papatagal, meron actually akong isang case. He gave $9,000 in July and then he gave another $1,000 in September. Sabi niya, naging $10,000 naman yung giving ko, but why am I not counted dun sa major gifts? Sabi ko, because you gave it two separate
Ay,
times.
2 tranches
Dapat,
na binigay.
oo. So, dapat isahan.
Sayang.
Kaya medyo ano yung major
Oh.
gift na yun.
Eh,
So,
teka. Ulit.
That's a good one.
yun.
So,
Dapat
kailangan
ano
talaga,
siya, isahan para ma-count siya.
One
So,
giving lang
10,000.
talaga.
oo.
One-
Yes.
one giving lang yun. One
One
giving.
giving.
Kahit-
So,
Paano
hindi
kung
siya
halimbawa?
Kahit
accumulated.
isang rotary year pala, hindi rin siya magka-count kung hindi siya isahan.
Oh, isahan.
Yes.
I thought it was
Yes.
accumulated for rotary year.
Yes.
Okay. Eh kung halimbawa nangyari, I gave, let's say, 5,000 or smaller credit card online.
Mm.
On the same day, I also gave cash. Pero
Okay.
deposit
Okay.
naman, BPI. Hindi rin makakount yun kung ang total
Okay.
niya, 10,000.
Diyan natin tatawagin si Rosalyn Ong.
Salin. So, accounting.
Oo,
Accounting na siya.
kasi yung gagawin niya is she will post the gift as one.
I-combine niya
Iko-combine niya.
yung credit card at saka yung cash.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Para lang ma-count siya as a major gift.
Gift.
So,
Okay.
Gretchen, what you mentioned earlier, the 9,000 and then the
Yes.
additional 1,000, major
Oo.
donor siya.
major
But
donor
hindi lang
siya.
major gift.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Kasi kailangan siya one.
Yes. Very
One
specific.
time na 10,000.
Oo,
Oh,
very
teka.
specific.
Last question na. Last
Sure.
question. Na-adjourn ko na to. Na-adjourn ko na.
Ayaw
Naalala
nga
ko,
eh.
Extension.
si Hector, si
Yes.
Hector, okay,
9,000.
ang binigay niya sa endowment pledge, di ba? 8 ba or 9? Okay.
Dapat 8 lang. Nagbigay siya ng 9,300. Something like that.
Okay. So, hindi siya 10,000.
Hindi siya 10,000. Hindi siya major.
Pero, hindi, na-count siya eh.
Hindi siya counted dapat.
Eh, bakit sila merong isa?
Um,
DFRA ng 3860, meron isang major gift. Tinatanong ko si Stephen. Sabi ko, Stephen, sino yung major gift nyo? Bakit meron kayong isa? Ang tinuturo niya si Hector.
Hindi.
Kasi
si Hector.
Hector daw completed level 2. Pero
As a
yung
As
sa
a
pledge din ba yung
pledge.
level 2 niya?
Ano siya?
Hindi.
Kaya siya nag-hit ng level 2 because of the installment payment for his named endowed fund.
So pledge din pala.
Yes.
Okay. Sige. I will check again kung sino
So,
yung
what I
major
did-
gift.
So
What I
one
did-
last,
Oo.
one last question.
Kaya, Lindon, si Caroline muna.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. By seniority.
Okay,
Lindon,
seniority,
ikaw muna,
Lindon.
ikaw
Ikaw
muna.
muna.
Yung tanong ko lang kasi, kung you mentioned about Rosalind Ong, so kung gusto mo ma-count as major gift, you have two choices. You have to wait for your giving to total that give it
10,000.
Or pwede bang pag-usapan ni Rosalind na, Ros, magbigay ako sa July and then magbigay ako sa September, pero
Okay.
i-count ko yan as pero may deal na kayo. Pwede ba yon kay Rosalind?
Okay. Hindi kasi usually yung ano lang yan is within that calendar. Within the month, within that month.
Walang magic.
So, yes, na parang sana
Ah.
within the month or yung natin na grace period na 10 days after the end of the kasi hindi pa nagko-close yung books eh. Every month kasi nagko-close yung books. So, all of the changes ideally have to happen before the books end, before the books close for the month. So kung merong special request, special reallocation, please make sure that it's within that that month. Kasi kung mag-close na yung books, mahihirapan sila sa accounting.
Okay.
So yun.
So mapapahamak naman si Rosalind.
Oh.
Kung masyado malayo, ano,
Guys,
pinagdadaanan.
Oh
Kay,
my
sorry kay,
God.
na-interrupt kita kanina ha.
Ay,
Oo.
okay lang. What I was
Actually,
going
silang
to
dalawa
say lang
ni
naman
Grace.
is, i-share ko lang yung endowment fund ko rin. Diba, the 3-year option, it was supposed to be 8,333. But what I did is I started with the 10,000. So I was recognized for major gift.
Correct.
Oo.
Eh, yun naman pala, Gretchen, di mo
Tapos,
sinabi sa akin.
napahabol ko pa ng last week of June bago matapos yung Rotary. Nagbigay pa ulit ako ng 10,000. So, 5 na lang yung balance ko. Pagkatapos ng host month, i-clear out ko na yun.
Okay, good.
Oo.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Ako kasi, sabi ni Gretchen, 889. So, nagbigay ako ng 8. Hindi naman previously nagbigay ako ng 2, pero annual fund, hindi sa endowment. Hindi na-count kasi hindi magkasama yung bigay.
Tsaka dapat pala same fund, isa pa yun.
Same fund, dapat pala susunod. Para ma-count ka as major gift. Talagang 10. Okay. So now we're learning. Okay, sige, picture tayo ulit.
Picture.
Si Gretchen, picture. Ay, ito si Gretchen, Ebet. Ebet. 1, 2, 3. Okay, smile. Ayun. Okay. Ayan, talaga adjourn na tayo.
Tunay na.
Okay. Tunay na. Okay, bye-bye everybody.
Bye-bye everybody.
Ingat
Keep
po.
safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank
you.
See you
Bye-bye.
next month.